Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. Today, I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different than usual. I'm going to be talking about SundaeSwap, which just got its announcement that it is launching. Now, some background details. SundaeSwap is going to be the first AMM DEX on Cardano. Now, if you don't know anything about what I just said, then you're probably very confused. But Cardano is a blockchain, kind of like Bitcoin, and it is in the top 10. Well, its main coin ADA is in the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Cardano's been around for a long time, but only last year did they finally add smart contracts so that they can start doing the same kind of things that Ethereum does. And so this, like I said, SundaeSwap is going to be the first AMM, which stands for Automatic Market Maker DEX. So, okay, let me explain all that. A DEX is a decentralized exchange. It's very important because it allows people to basically trade tokens peer-to-peer between each other without the need for a middleman. Although the DEX in a way is a middleman, but it's just a computer program protocol rather than a person being involved in the swaps. Why that's important is, so a centralized exchange where you can buy cryptocurrency. Well, for me at least, I'm in the US, so this is going to get really long-winded. I'll try to make this quick. Since I'm in the US, I'm very limited to what type of cryptocurrencies I can buy. There's a lot of regulatory uncertainty in the US. And so the exchanges that are licensed in the US don't list every token because a lot of them are scam tokens, or they just don't want to get into regulatory problems and so on and so forth. So a decentralized exchange allows you to take some token that you can buy on a centralized exchange off of there and onto a private wallet, and then you can trade for any token you want on that blockchain, whatever tokens are on that blockchain. Now, there is a couple other DEXs that have already launched on Cardano. I don't know about both of them, but I know SundaeSwap is a order book decentralized exchange. And how that works is basically if you want to buy or sell a token, you have to create an order for that. And so basically it says, I want to buy this token for this price. And the only way that order gets completed is if somebody else creates an order that says, yes, I want to sell that token for the same price. And so very often you don't get to complete your orders, at least if it's a pretty small and new DEX like SundaeSwap, where there's not a lot of tokens available because they haven't been listed yet, and there's not a lot of people trading. So a much better type of DEX that got really successful on Ethereum is automatic market maker DEXs. And the way they work is they have liquidity pools. So it's a smart contract, and people can put 2 tokens into this liquidity pool. So for an example, let's say ADA, the main token on Cardano, and Sundae, the token that SundaeSwap is going to create. They could create a liquidity pool of those 2 tokens. So somebody could put ADA and Sundae tokens into that liquidity pool. And so that those tokens are there for anybody to come swap whenever they want. So somebody has ADA and wants to buy Sundae tokens, they just put their ADA into the smart contract and Sundae tokens get taken out. So it's an automatic thing. You're not waiting for other people to put a matching order for the token at the price that you want to buy. There's just these pools that you can trade anytime you want. So it works much better for a decentralized exchange kind of thing. Uniswap is an example of this. Uniswap was the first automatic market maker DEX on Ethereum, and it got really popular. And SundaeSwap is going to be the first automatic market maker DEX on Cardano. So I think it's going to be really popular. And I really like their visuals and stuff, their marketing, which you'll see. I should go ahead and share my screen of this article. So they're finally getting a release. We've been waiting a really long time for this. I've been following SundaeSwap for quite a while, and we're finally getting the DEX release and the ISO, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But anyway, when Sunday, Thursday, the moment we've all been waiting for is upon us. Below, we've laid out the most important points you need to keep in mind, as well as all the details you need to know about the SundaeSwap DEX launch in an easy-to-read fact format. Key dates and takeaways. Thursday, January 20th, SundaeSwap will launch as a fully functional beta decentralized exchange, DEX. Tuesday, January 25th, the first round of ISO rewards will be calculated. Let me go ahead and explain what the ISO is. ISO stands for Initial Stake Pool Offering. So on Cardano, people can stake their ADA in order to help stake pool, make block transactions, write ledgers, and facilitate the transactions across the blockchain. So how SundaeSwap is doing is, well, there's a lot to it, but basically SundaeSwap is using a model they call scoopers, where they pick certain stake pools, and those stake pools are going to help them complete transactions. It's very complicated, and I don't understand it much myself, but it's a scaling solution to make things work better. But anyway, so basically there's 30 different stake pools that they've selected, and as it says here, ISO participants must delegate ADA to qualifying ISO scoopers prior to that time, 21:45 UTC on January 25th, to be able to earn Sunday for all 5 ISO rounds. See below for more details. We'll look at the ISO scoopers in a little bit. But yeah, that's another thing that people have been really excited about, because, okay, so if you delegate to one of their ISO scoopers, then you'll get to start earning Sunday tokens. And that's like their first distribution for Sunday tokens. And they're also doing yield farming, which we'll read about in a little bit. But I've been really excited about that. Let's go ahead and look at the scoopers. This is an older thing when they announced who the SundaeSwap scoopers were. So there's all these different pools. It's just these 30. These ones are on waiting lists to become scoopers, but these 30, and we voted on these. I voted. Sadly, none of the scoopers I voted for were chosen. But anyway, if you delegate your ADA to any one of these pools, then you will earn Sunday tokens during the initial stake pool offering. Let's go back. So anyway, on Thursday, January 20th, yield farming Sunday rewards begin. Yield farming will be available for at least the first 6 months. Ooh, good. I'm glad it's going to last a long time, of the SundaeSwap DEX. During this period, LP tokens staked to yield farming contracts in eligible pools can earn additional Sunday rewards. See below for details. So this yield farming thing is basically an incentive to get people to provide liquidity. The way, I explained the liquidity pools. In order for those liquidity pools to work, you need users to stake or deposit their tokens into the liquidity pools. Otherwise, there's not enough liquidity for people to make swaps. So the yield farming is a way to encourage people to provide liquidity. So when you provide liquidity, you're given LP tokens, which represent your share of that liquidity pool, and then you can stake the LP tokens and earn more Sunday. So yield farming is a way to encourage people to provide liquidity. Another thing that encourages you to provide liquidity is just fees. You earn fees whenever somebody swaps. You earn a small fee if you're a liquidity provider. But sometimes the fees aren't enough to entice people to provide liquidity. So yield farming is an extra incentive to get people to provide liquidity, especially early on. When the DEX is new, they need a whole lot of people to provide liquidity to get things started. I do want to mention that SundaeSwap did another article right before this where they warned about scalability issues, where there's going to be a lot of backup, a lot of backlog when the DEX launches. Just because of the way Cardano works and the fact that there's going to be a ton of people interested in getting started on Sunday. I personally am not going to try providing liquidity in the first few weeks after the DEX launches, because they warned that transactions could take days to complete because there's probably going to be a huge backlog. So I personally am not going to try providing liquidity at first. That's why I said it was good that it's going to last 6 months. So after several weeks, after the backlog wears off, then I'm going to provide liquidity and start yield farming, but not in the first few weeks. But that's just me. But yeah, anyway, so here's the calendar, which, yeah, let's zoom into that. But yeah, so today is the 15th. The launch date is announced. And DEX is going to be open for project pool creation. Ooh, cool. And then so I guess, people that are wanting to launch their token on the exchange are going to start onboarding at that time. And then on the 20th, it'll be open to the public and the ISO staking begins. And then the deadline for the first delegation for the ISO round, and then there's all the other deadlines for the ISO. So anyway, details FAQ. When Sunday? The SundaeSwap DEX will go live as a fully functional beta on Thursday, January 20th, 2022. Projects will be allowed to create pools openings Tuesday, January 18th. Initially, there will be 3 ways to acquire Sunday. Participate in the ISO, available during Cardano epochs 316 through 320. Earn yield farming rewards, available January through June. I really like that they're running that for a long time, so I'll have a chance to get in when it's not backlogged. Swap other tokens for Sunday on SundaeSwap and other participating DEXs. This is a change of plans. See the section on the taste test on why. Interesting. Swap other tokens for Sunday on SundaeSwap and other participating DEXs. Maybe they're going to explain that more. When ISO? The ISO will begin as well on Thursday, January 20th, and will continue for 5 epochs with rewards 5% of the total Sunday supply, 1% per epoch, being distributed based on the snapshots that will be taken each epoch boundary. To participate in each ISO reward round, you must delegate prior to the following dates. Yeah, those are the dates that were on the calendar. As long as you delegated to an official ISO scooper, find list here again, before the snapshot is taken, your rewards will be calculated for the epoch you staked in. I wonder if they're going to explain how we claim the tokens, or if the tokens get automatically deposited into our wallets. That's something I would like to know. But anyway, how to ISO. If you want to make sure you qualify for all 5 ISO reward rounds, you must have ADA staked with eligible SPOs before 2145 on January 25th. Your reward will be calculated based on the snapshot taken at that time and at the same time at the subsequent epoch boundary. Details on where and how you will receive your Sunday and how you can check your outstanding rewards will be shared too. Okay, so they're not telling us yet how we claim the Sunday or how we receive them, but they will soon. How to yield farm. Yield farming is a form of staking used by DEXs to reduce the volatility of their liquidity pools. You can learn more about yield farming on the SundaeSwap help section here. 500,000 Sunday will be allocated daily. Whoa, that's a lot per day. Nice. Over at least the first 6 months of the DEX's operation. Wow, I can't believe 500,000 daily. That's a ton of tokens. The first 6 months of the DEX's operations to yield farmers participating in the following liquidity pools. Sunday ADA, very cool. That's the liquidity pool I used in my example, Sunday tokens and ADA. LQ and ADA. LQ, I think, is liquid finance. That's another project on Cardano. WMT is World Mobile Token. World Mobile is a project made by Dish Network. It's one of the big, it was a really big project that was announced at the Cardano convention last year. So that's pretty cool. They're supporting World Mobile Token. Cards might be, I'm not sure what cards is. That could be Cardax, which is another DEX, or it could be something else. I don't know. The list of eligible pools will be adjusted by community vote later as the ecosystem grows and stable coins launch. Nice. When taste test. While we still stand behind the benefits offered by the taste test price setting procedure we previously announced, the contracts we wrote for the taste test were not part of our audit. So we looked at the timelines for our launch. We made the difficult choice not to launch the Sunday token with the taste test. Oh, that's too bad. So taste test was this like very new, unusual way to launch the token, which I won't explain it because it's not going to happen anyway, but that's too bad that they're not going to end up doing the taste test anyway. But anyway, this change allows a Sunday ADA pair to exist at launch and be available for users to swap immediately instead of waiting until after the ISO and the taste test. We will continue to develop the taste test and plan to offer this as a service to other projects that choose to launch on the SundaeSwap platform in the future. So I'm wondering, is the SundaeSwap team going to provide liquidity in the DEX starting then, or are they just going to expect people to provide liquidity when they get their Sunday tokens from the ISO? I'm thinking they're probably going to just provide some liquidity themselves. Otherwise, people wouldn't be able to swap right when it launches. Oh well. Why beta? We are launching with a beta label because while the DEX's smart contracts have been fully audited and the DEX will meet all industry standards for security, the implementation of fully decentralized governance will not be immediately possible due to existing transaction size limits on the Cardano blockchain. We will post more on our roadmap to a fully community-controlled DEX shortly. How fast DEX? As mentioned a week ago, so yeah, this is the warning I told you about. Even the most optimistic performance projections show a backlog of orders during the first few weeks of the DEX's operation. However, we expect performance to improve as adjustments are made by both the SundaeSwap and Cardano teams. So scalability things are coming for Cardano. The IOHK that develops Cardano is going to be like increasing the block size and doing other very complex things in order to make Cardano more scalable so that there isn't a big backlog of transactions and it's not going really slow. The really good thing about Cardano is Cardano does not increase transaction fees when things get backed up. So the way Ethereum handles it is gas fees, which are transaction fees, just get way high the more busy the network gets. But on Cardano, transaction fees are always the same. But because of that, there just gets to be a backlog of lots of transactions. But they have other solutions, other scalability techniques that are going to help fix that so there's not a huge backlog. And a lot of those things are coming soon, IOHK has said. While orders, including swapping, providing liquidity, and withdrawing liquidity, may take hours to days to process at first, it's important to know that everybody's orders will be processed fairly and in the order they were received and executable. It will also be possible to cancel orders at any time before they are processed by the scoopers. Canceling orders is not subject to the same queue. We hope you're all excited as much as we are for this monumental day for SundaeSwap and the Cardano community as a whole. SundaeSwap Labs. So yeah, I am very excited about SundaeSwap. I think I'm guessing, I don't know for sure. None of this is financial advice, but I think SundaeSwap is going to be a really successful DEX. Like I said, it's the first automatic market maker DEX on Cardano, which Uniswap is super popular, and it was the first AMM DEX on Ethereum. And also, as you saw, they have the cute Sunday graphics and stuff, which is very similar to PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is the most popular decentralized exchange on the Binance smart chain. So I think SundaeSwap has a lot of good opportunity to become the most popular DEX on Cardano because it's first AMM and it's got cute, tasty looking graphics like PancakeSwap does. There's a whole lot of other DEXs that are going to be releasing that will also be AMM DEXs on Cardano, but we don't know yet who's going to be the best. I'm kind of betting on SundaeSwap, but what do I know? But I'm very excited about it. I've already delegated to one of the scoopers that I'm going to be participating in ISO. And yeah, super excited about SundaeSwap. I hope you are too. And that does it for now. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything's going to be okay.